There you go.
Hey there, it's Mindy. Well, I want to tell you what's happened to me in the last few days. I needed to make a video about this. As you all know, I suffer from chronic pain because of my MS, and I'm on Oxycontin, 20 milligrams twice a day. Well, in the past, there's been several instances where things have screwed up with insurance or new pharmacy rules or this and that and the other, and every once in a while it's come down to, and it seems like this always happens on a weekend. As you all know, with a pain med like Oxycontin, you have to go to the doctor's office once a month and get your prescription for that. They can't call that into the pharmacy like other pharmaceutical drugs. So I had my prescription, and my husband took it to the pharmacy for me, and he finds out that there's been because of the new year, there's been a change in the pharmaceutical benefits with our insurance that we were totally unaware of. And there was not a pharmacy within a 50-mile radius of where we live that can fill it. Now keep in mind, we live in the Kansas City area. We don't live in the country or a rural area or anything. We live in a city. Okay, so this all of a sudden is absolutely crazy. We have to go to so my husband, my poor husband. So this all started like on a Wednesday. So my husband, he starts making phone calls, to try and find out, okay, so now where are we supposed to go? Now, no one ever tells you either about any new changes in the plan or anything. You're just supposed to figure these things out for yourself. So my husband had to take off all day Thursday from work just to deal with this problem. And it still wasn't settled at all. And my prescription for Oxycontin, Wednesday was my last day. So I had to get that filled. They don't give you any extras of Oxycontin, and you can't go to the pharmacy when these things happen and then give you like a few pills to get you by until this is settled. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way at all. When you're out, you're out. If there's a screw up of any kind, nobody cares. Nobody cares. So after going through this for so many hours, it's finally come down to the point where, I'm totally out, and when I'm totally out of Oxycontin, the first thing that happens is withdrawal. I've been on it for 5 years with a perfect record. I have not abused it, not at all. Not at all. Not once. It's hard being sick anymore and really needing pain meds when there's people out there that abuse it so much. They're making it impossible for us sick people to even get our medication. So make a long story short, what it boiled down to is there was, the insurance company said it was like a massive computer glitch that happened. Bill, help me out here, because you're the one that talked to him. Okay, so when it came down to the point where we realized this wasn't happening, help me here.
Well, then they had to, they were supposed to call me back for 4 o'clock Thursday afternoon, and with the resolution and everything, and that was Thursday. This was after 3 hours on the phone with them the night before, 6 hours on and off with calls to them, even conference calls between the insurance company, my employer, and the new pharmaceutical benefit company. And nobody called back, and so Thursday night you start going into withdrawals and take it from there, because it's an interesting story, until 5 o'clock the following morning, when we finally just pay retail price for the drug and say screw it.
Okay, when it came down to, no one ever called us back on Thursday like they were supposed to. No one did, and they were fully aware of what was going to happen to me. With MS, any little thing you do that rocks the boat is going to throw you into an attack. And especially something massive like this. Okay, now I have absolutely no Oxycontin in my system whatsoever. I start going through withdrawal. It is so horrible, so horrible. It's like all my muscles in my body start contracting differently all at the same time. And after a few hours, I can't stop moving. It's almost like Parkinson's, the shaking all the time, except it's different parts of you. And I couldn't sit down. I couldn't stand to sit down because I couldn't stop moving. So I had to stand or walk. And then once I started getting so tired that I couldn't stand anymore, I was trying everything just to get my mind focused on something other than myself. When it gets so bad like that, and now I'm starting to feel the pain and the movement, and it's the most horrible thing to go through. It's so horrible, and it's so painful, and nobody gave a damn. Nobody gave a damn. We were telling them what this was going to do. We were trying to explain to these people about multiple sclerosis and how you can't do this to us because it hurts us. And I'm on a 2-year run now where my MRIs I haven't had any new or active lesions. The Tisabri has been so good for me. If you saw me regularly, you wouldn't even know I had MS. And so because of these assholes, I had to go through all of this and go through the withdrawal and everything. And nobody cared. I think that's what got to me worse than anything. Nobody cared. Their answer was, well, just go to the emergency room. Well, are they going to pay the copay for that? I didn't have that kind of money to do that. So I just toughed it out. I toughed it out until 5:30 in the morning. I even had my husband driving me around just to get my mind off of it. And then we were in the car and I was cramping up so bad I couldn't stand it. He had to let me out of the car so I could walk around. In the middle of the night, we were walking around. My poor husband, I don't know how he does this. But he is my rock star. He is my rock star. Oh my God. He's so good to me. I don't know how I could do any of this without him.
I'm a trained Eagle Scout.
So what? Make a long story short, this is what we did. About 5 o'clock, 5:30 in the morning, I just finally said, fuck it. We're just going to buy it. We're just going to pay for this prescription. I called my dad up and I borrowed his credit card. And my husband took the prescription and we just bought it. I couldn't stand it anymore. I was going out of my mind. I was at the point where you think, what comes next? Insanity comes next. You're at the point where you're praying out loud now. You're making deals, you're promising anything just to make it stop. Just make it stop for a little while. So I think, the heartlessness and the uncaring of these people. I'm grateful I have insurance. But my God, this is just unbelievably cruel, what they do to people. Unbelievably cruel. I don't know what else to say about it. I'm just absolutely baffled. And I was doing so good, and now look at me. I'm just a mess. I'm absolutely a mess.
You need to wrap it up. We're low on battery.
Okay. Okay. Okay, well, I've rambled on long enough. I just had to bitch about insurance for a while. Okay. Well, peace and love. Bye-bye.